Hi everyone, my name is Carrington. I am a 42-year-old trans woman. I live in Portland, Oregon, and today I'm going to talk about trans joy and gender euphoria. Yeah, so there have been so many negative things going on in my life with my health. I was hospitalized in Nashville. I had emergency surgery and I went back to the hospital in January, and it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. But through it all, I'm just so happy in my transition. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I want to do still, things that I've been referred to. I'll go into more detail about that. But overall, I am so happy about my decision to come out finally and start my transition. So happy. I was watching a trans woman whose name is Grace, I believe, and I think she goes by the Pink Witch now. And she was saying how much she wish she wasn't trans, right? That this is not the life that she would have chosen. Basically, to sum it up, I felt so sad for her because I have watched her in her transition from the very beginning, and she is beautiful, she's well-spoken, she's smart, she's brave, very brave. She's had to overcome some obstacles. I related to her about hair loss, things like that. And, I think it's great that we do these lives on TikTok and we do these debates. Are trans women really women? Do trans women belong in the women's bathroom? This is like clickbait, right? It's to get views, to get money and followers, and I guess it's good for the general conversation, right? To help push rights for trans people. But sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, right? But there's so much good when it comes to our transition that maybe we forget about. Suicide rates for trans women and trans people in general are very high. Typically because someone's not getting the adequate support that they need. And it's horrible. But I tell you what, I'm going to talk about my personal experience. I have been on HRT since October 2024, so it's, coming up on a year and a half. I have seen some amazing changes in my body, but mentally, emotionally, I feel absolutely fabulous. I feel like my outsides are finally starting to match my insides. I lost a lot of weight because I had Crohn's and anemia and went to the hospital and all of that, had emergency surgery, got really, really thin. But once I got out of the hospital and I started to heal and I was eating healthier, I put on some weight. And just so happened that my doctor bumped me up to progesterone 200 milligrams, and right away, my boobs started to hurt again. And you think oh my God, boobs hurting, that's annoying, that's painful. But honestly, it means that in my mind that they're growing, and they have grown. That's brought me so much trans joy, so much gender euphoria. I can't tell you. And now I'm happy with the way things are going. Do I still want a breast augmentation? Absolutely. But I also, a week ago, changed my name to Carrington. You ask, well, why did you wait so long to change your name? Well, I had a gender neutral name, and I kept that name for my family. But going through my transition, I just realized that name was attached to expectations of me being a man, and it didn't represent me. So I decided to change it, and I knew the perfect name for me was Carrington. I love the name, it's beautiful, and I think it matches me very well. So I changed my name told my mom beforehand, and she flipped out on me. She absolutely flipped out on me. She was very hurt, very sad that I didn't want to keep my original name. And then my brother and his wife got involved, and I was like, okay. They all said they would not use my name. And I was like, okay, if that's what you choose, then you're choosing to not have me around. I haven't talked to anyone in a week. But I absolutely love my new name, and people are using it. I've gotten so many compliments on it. Again, trans joy, gender euphoria. It is absolutely amazing. But like, I get to start electrolysis next Saturday. You know, I'm very nervous because I hear it's painful and it takes a long time to really go and get rid of the hair, but absolutely excited. My doctor referred me to the clinic here in Portland that does the gender affirming surgeries. And I've been referred for a breast augmentation, facial feminization surgery, and bottom surgery. All of these things scare the death out of me, the life out of me maybe, but I'm so excited that I have the opportunity and the resources to do that. So, you know, there have been so many good things happening. I have really amazing friends that support me fully. Sometimes your chosen family becomes your main family because they don't judge. They don't have ultimatums. They don't have like, well, your name, my support is dependent upon you keeping your name, that sort of thing, right? So I'm just blessed. And I won't keep you much longer, but thank you for watching it. If you watched it to this point, there's just so much to be happy about. I am my authentic self. When I was 4, I knew I was a girl. You know, pretended my long shirts were dresses and would put towels on my head, pretending I had long hair. I knew it. My whole life, I lived to meet the expectations of everyone else, and it never worked. So be true to yourself because you are worth it. Your happiness is worth all the struggles that you go through. Because guess what? You're an amazing person, and I love you. Thank you for watching.